Hey everyone, Zach at Out There Vans in Grand Junction, Colorado. Today I want to talk to you about this right here. I bought the cheapest name brand 12 volt 50 liter refrigerator available on Amazon.com. So here at Out There Vans on this channel, primarily what we've shown you so far is some of the products that we're creating for our DIY customers, as well as our full-blown custom conversions that we're completing for our clients. However, we do realize that for every person that wants to spend the money on a full custom van conversion for a turnkey van when they show up, there are tons and tons of people out there that are trying to complete their own van and trying to do it on an extremely tight budget. Now, as we're looking at this, I know you're saying cheapest and name brand. What do those things mean? For one, this is a Renogy refrigerator. We noticed this hit the market about 6 weeks ago, and it is available on Amazon. However, all of the reviews are Amazon Vine reviews, meaning people were supplied with this product, ultimately exchanged for a positive review. It's not written in there, but generally speaking, that's what is expected. So when we saw that, it seemed like the features that this thing offered a lot of the similar features that the more expensive Dometic units had to offer. So we decided to order one, pay for it out of our own pocket, and check it out ourselves. We purchased this cooler on Amazon.com. You can as well. We do have a link to this specific model down in the description below. When I say name brand, we're talking Renogy here. Renogy's been in the off-grid electronic industry for many years, mainly regarding solar panels, solar charge controllers, lithium batteries, power inverters, you name it. So let's talk cost. This unit here, it cost $400 on Amazon.com. So in comparison for name brand, generally I'm comparing it to a Dometic unit. We would typically install a Dometic refrigerator if a client requested a chest style refrigerator. When we're comparing that $400 price, this being a 50 liter refrigerator, the next closest Dometics are a 45 liter or a 55 liter. The 45 liter retails at $950 and the 55 liter retails at $1,050. That's a huge price difference. If we're just kind of averaging it out, this thing costs 40% of either of those refrigerators. Additionally, this refrigerator offers a dual zone function. So you have a smaller compartment as well as a larger compartment. For the closest Dometic chest style dual zone, you are talking the Dual Zone 75. So not only is that a much larger unit, which could be either a pro or a con, a lot more storage or a lot more energy consumption. Either way you can look at it. That Dual Zone 75 costs $1,250 MSRP. So what do those have to offer that this one doesn't? So far, there's not a whole lot that I'm seeing. I'll tell you, the Dometics are a much prettier package. If I'm feeling the exterior of this cooler, it has kind of a hard textured plastic exterior. It reminds me of the Coleman cooler my family had when I was a kid. However, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It's durable. It's not the prettiest thing like a Dometic where it has its smooth, glossy finishes, but it gets the job done. Additionally, on the exterior, around the back, you'll see this grate and vent louvers running around the backside where the compressor lives. We've got big plastic wheels in the back. They remind me of like a push mower wheel. They seem pretty burly and durable for the little use they'll see. Additionally, there is a handle around this side that extends out so you can lock it into place. You can lift this up and tow it if you're just heading out from your car for a picnic. But if it's fixed in place in your van and you just want to pull it out for the night because you're having a large gathering, you can use this as a handle on this side, and additionally over on this far side there's more of a flip-up handle. This flip-up handle is nice aluminum with big plastic edges. I can't say that this feels any different than a Dometic style handle here. In terms of power usage, the compressor on this, it is a 12 volt compressor. It comes with both a 110 connector as well as a 12 volt connector. In your camper van, I would highly suggest avoiding the 110 adapter because you will be looking at running your house batteries at 12 volt through a power inverter for this to step it back down to 12 volt, as opposed to either having a 12-volt female socket in your van, or just clipping this end off and hardwiring it in with a fuse to your off-grid system. Speaking of that compressor, there's a nice, lovely sticker on this far side that says that this is powered by an LG compressor. That's a nice feature that we don't see on those off-brand refrigerators that you cannot pronounce their name. A couple other things, it's got a digital display over here that'll tell us what the temperature currently is on the inside. And if I go through and want to change the temperature and whatnot, it will blink and allow me to change that. It does also have Bluetooth. There's an app you can download to change the temperature from there. However, that's one of those things I typically on my refrigerator, I'm going to set the temperature when I leave for the trip, and I can easily just click a button up or down or turn it on that way. But the app's there if you need it. And at the inside, let's flip this lid up. The lid factory comes where it opens on the right side is where the handle's located. You'll notice there's some holes over here on each side, as well as on this back side. You can reverse this lid around depending on the orientation you need it to run in your van. Overhead, there is this removable cutting board. It's one of those features that it's nice, but I don't know that I'm ever really going to use that, but it's there if you'd like it. Down below, you've got a larger zone with a nice removable bin you can take inside to load up your groceries before you take off for your camping trip. And then it's got a smaller compartment over here that is located over the compressor. You can barely see it right now, but there is frost in this small side. I have had this running since yesterday. I received it in the mail yesterday morning. Let it sit for a few hours so all the oil could drain back in the compressor. And then I fired it up. I set it to 38 degrees and 0 degrees respectively. And then I took off for the night. Came back this morning. I threw my handy little thermometer in both of the zones. I found with the refrigerator being set to 38 degrees, the temperature would fluctuate plus or minus 2 degrees from that 38, which I am perfectly happy with. It means things are still safely cooled without freezing or getting too warm. Same thing on the freezer side. I had that set to 0, which frankly is way colder than I ever would set this in a off-grid camping situation. Just from an energy consumption standpoint, it uses a lot of energy to really keep something effectively cooled at 0 degrees. But at 0 degrees, with it being closed primarily, I found that at 0 degrees, it maxed out at roughly 4 degrees up or down, which is fine by me. I'm just more impressed that this thing actually got to negative 4 degrees. You know, also one side note of this being a chest style refrigerator, a question we often get asked in our full-blown van conversions is, why should I go with a chest style or an upright refrigerator? Frankly, a chest style refrigerator is most of the time, I say most of the time just because it does vary on compressor and insulation, but most of the time it's going to be more efficient, as when I lift up this lid, I am letting the hot air rise out of the refrigerator, while down in these pockets, the cold air stays settled down because your heat is rising. Where when you open a vertical upright refrigerator, you open that door and everything wants to spill out. But why would you use a chest style or a upright refrigerator? And that really, in our van conversions, it comes down to our client preference as well as the layout. In one of these, let's say 136 wheelbase ProMasters, we're pretty limited with 60 square feet in terms of length in your living space once you slap a bed in the back. So one of these, you'll typically see us use a upright refrigerator, but some longer wheelbase vans, a lot of our clients prefer a chest style because they can pull it out, throw it in the house if they're having a party, and they've got a little extra storage for some adult beverages if they need it. So far, with this refrigerator at $400, I don't think you can beat it. So our general plan with this refrigerator, my wife and I, owners of Out There Vans, we're currently building out a small kind of mini truck camper. In that truck camper, we are planning on putting this fridge to just kind of test out and see how well it works long term. We'll give you some updates along the way. Additionally, I will be running some tests and making a video to show you the power consumption of this refrigerator on both a 2-season basis. We'll call it the spring and fall season, as well as the hot summer season. So you can kind of see what you can expect out of a general 24-hour period in those two different environments. Like I said, we purchased this cooler on Amazon.com. You can as well. We do have a link to this specific model down in the description below. You can click on that, read more about the specs, the figures on it, and purchase one for yourself if you're interested. And also let us know something else that a DIYer might be interested in having a upfitter's opinion on, or just some insight. I can't wait to share more about this cooler as we get more use on it, rather than it just being plugged in our controlled shop environment. As always, if you have any questions, please write them in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and please hit subscribe so we can see you in future videos with this refrigerator. And you can also see some of the future products that come out of our shop, as well as some of our larger projects like our van conversions that come out of here. As always, we'll see you next time.